Hadrien Feraud's art of palm muting is a real game changer. This isn't your average muting, it's the key to unlocking limitless expression on the bass. Those bass geniuses out there can be intimidating, right? I myself still struggle with feeling like an underachiever. Have you too found yourself comparing your playing to others, feeling discouraged? Do you, like me, wish you could just sound better, more independent? Well, here's our chance. The art of palm muting explained in this video brings you one step closer to the bass player you want to be. By the end you have instruction, homework, and it's time to stop comparing and start improving. Are you ready for this? I'm Sascha on bass. Let's go. There's a problem with basic palm muting. It's a limiting technique. Basic palm muting involves playing with your thumb while resting the palm lightly on the strings near the bridge, creating a nice dampened sound but often lacking finesse and control for truly expressive playing. The limitations become apparent when trying to skip strings or play fills that include higher notes within a chord's octave or the fretboard. This makes it challenging to achieve a distinctive tone and can be frustrating when you can hear the right lines in your head but lack the technique to execute them. The real issue here is the lack of dynamic control. But what if you could maintain that tight, controlled sound while allowing for great expression? What if you could have precise control over each string, seamlessly transitioning between fully muted and standard fingering? This is where dynamic control in palm muting comes into play. Hadrien Feraud's approach offers a solution to these limitations. His technique reimagines what's possible with palm muting, unlocking a new world of bass expression to you. Let's take a closer look at how Hadrien Feraud manages to break free from these constraints. Hadrien Feraud is versatile on a level that lets him execute all his progressive ideas effortlessly. For a start, we will center around a fingering technique that might seem unusual at first, followed by a small addition to this technique to unleash the full potential of palm muting. After practicing this, you will find yourself using it in different variations, setting you free from your own constraints. Place your thumb on the lowest string, rest your palm gently on it, and keep your thumb, index and middle fingers ready and relaxed on the other strings, while maintaining a flexible hand. Now, for this fingering, start with your thumb followed by index. Plug in an alternating movement thumb and index. Move both fingers over each string, alternating thumb and index to get a feel for it. Like this, you will have easy access to all your strings in one fixed position. It needs to be practiced to develop your motor functions, but it will allow for dynamic control on all strings. We will look at a specific example with a comping riff by Hadrien Feraud in C minor. Before we go for it, start with this exercise. Improvise the C minor pentatonic across the fretboard and all strings using this alternating pattern with thumb and index. Take a metronome or backing track and start slow. Move the C minor pentatonic over different positions, improvising different riffs, patterns, rhythms, and fills. As you start getting more comfortable during this exercise, experiment with movement patterns other than strictly alternating. Try combinations with thumb and index that come intuitively. And as you get familiar with this, we'll increase the pace a bit for the next step. String skipping and palm muting is a game-changing technique that allows for smooth transitions between palm muted and open string sounds. With practice, it becomes second nature. The key lies in the fingering patterns. We use the alternating thumb and index pattern or varying patterns that feel natural to us, like we just did before. This works well for upper strings too, but only until a certain speed. This is where we add our little addition for the full capacity of palm muting. The middle finger. Yeah folks, sounds easy, but it needs practice. The good thing is, using the middle finger additionally when licks go faster comes pretty intuitively, since this one is well trained already. Watching Hadrien Feraud closely, I noticed that he does it something like this. Thumb and index seem to be his primary weapons to go, even for pretty fast lines, since he can play very fast. His middle finger comes in when plucking multiple strings at the same time, playing even faster, or probably intuitively for economical reasons. So how can you practice this? Here's a homework for you. The bass riff of the song Folk by drum monster Gergor Borlai in a performance with Hadrien Feraud and Sold Kaltenecker. For more than 10 years, Hadrien Feraud blows me away with this performance. The riff is basically a C minor pentatonic in 7/4. Start with your thumb on the low C. Play the first 4 notes of the riff, which is root, flat 3rd, 4th and 5th, alternating with thumb and index. Then use index and middle fingers on the A string, playing the flat 7th and octave. For those of you using a 4 string, just translate this to the position 8th fret on the E string. From the octave then, repeat the same riff and fingering 1 octave higher. Repeat this from different positions on your fretboard. Do the same but only using the alternating and varying patterns of thumb and index. No middle finger. Switch between both fingerings to gain flexibility. Use a nice backing track in 7/4. Wait a minute, where can you get a nice backing track fitting this exercise in 7/4? This is where the fun begins. We'll explore this practical exercise with a huge fun factor to help you master this technique. With dedicated practice, you'll incorporate these moves into your own playing, elevating your bass lines into new highs of expressiveness and musicality. As you move on practicing, you can use your new backing track A section of the song Folk by Gergor Bolai. Around every 4 bars you'll find the perfect spot for practicing ascending and descending string skips with a fill. This is your chance to showcase the flexibility of Feraud's method. To make the most out of your practice sessions, experiment with creating variations. Try altering the fingerings, riffs, adding ghost notes, or changing the octave of certain phrases. This will keep your practice engaging and help you develop this style. With a link in the description, you can download this backing track as well as an example of Feraud's playing. In return, I'd really appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, as this truly helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Remember, when practicing anything, consistency is key. Start slow, focus on precision, and gradually increase your speed. Are you ready to take your playing to the next level? Download this track, plug in your bass, and let's see what you can do. Alright, we've explored Hadrien Feraud's game-changing technique for palm muting and string skipping. Now it's your turn. Are you ready for more? Please check out my tutorial of the 4-finger plucking technique used by bass legends Feraud, Garrison and Bendy. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe, as this truly helps out this channel. Thanks for watching, have a good one, and see you next time. Bye.